Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are currently facing a civil war, apparently. Who is this? That is this fine gentleman right here. So he's very disloyal. Very, very disloyal. We might be able to bribe this person instead, who is less disloyal, and prevent it that way. We should still probably bribe this guy. Yeah, that only puts his loyalty at 2. I'm not shocked about that. We can work on making friends with him, but I don't expect that to happen anytime soon. Now, we do have this rebellion that is brewing up over here, and I was taking a look at our cultures and noticed that Kuntalan is 429 pops. I feel like we should probably go ahead and integrate these guys. So we'll go ahead and bump that up. That is going to reduce our integrated culture happiness. I'm aware of this, and we're going to need to work on that. I don't think any of these others are going to need to be integrated, even though some of them have pretty high pop counts. We'll just assimilate those. But I do think Kuntalan is worth integrating. So we'll go ahead and do that. The next question I have is, how long until we have another advance here? And what do we get from religious advances here? National slave happiness. Okay. Mostly we're looking for happiness increases here, right? That is mostly what we want. Ruler popularity gain is all well and good, but things like exported drama here would be very, very good. Indeed. This is actually really good, except for that pop conversion speed malice. We probably don't want to go down that route. Exactly. Integrated culture happiness into formulaic worship sounds really, really good. Yeah, I think we probably want to go down this route. Yep, so definitely down into, like, prescribed canon. Hello, pause menu. Okay, so we'll go ahead and bribe this guy. Cool. We are bringing our tyranny up a little bit, but that does increase the drop of our aggressive expansion, so I'm reasonably content with that. These guys should get to drilling, and I want to check in here on our legion size. It could be expanded. Do we feel like we need to expand our legions, though? I kind of don't. Our next target is the Magadan Empire. I'm noting that Shunga has had some major losses. So we definitely want to cut into the Magadan Empire. They do have allies, but so do we. Are their allies substantially strong? I would argue no. 104, 483 is okay. 72, 180. Terribly vexatious indeed. Okay, so their allies are not tremendously strong. We have our allies, and they are of similar strength levels. We are, in theory, stronger than the Magadan Empire. So that would be absolutely fine. Our manpower is doing reasonably well. No doubt about that. I want to check in here. Can we build any slave estates? Actually, yes. And let's work on some provincial legations. Spending that cash on down. Fantastic. There's a bunch of provincial legations underway. So no problem whatsoever there. Excellent. Have these guys arrived at their station point? They have, so we will get them drilling. Doctors are indeed overrated, apparently. So our stability is dropping, and that is primarily due to our aggressive expansion and our integrating cultures. So we can stab a pig if we need to. Well, let's go ahead and perform a divine sacrifice. Do we perform a second? We'll still be negative if we do that. So that's noted, and we're basically out of political influence for the moment. That's fine. We're still working on bumping up our opinion down here, and this is going to be a little bit of time before that happens. So the question is, when are we going to go after the Magadan Empire? Definitely not before this rebellion. Definitely not. I think that's very, very clear at this point. That's going to be very required that we have this under control by the time we fight the Magadan Empire. We don't want them rebelling at the same time. So that's fine. This guy is gaining some light infantry. Get out of here with that. No one wants light infantry. Cool. So those provincial legations are finishing up and will accelerate the speed of our conversions. We can definitely see, based on our culture here, that is... Our cultures are slowly being worked on. Our religion is definitely doing a little bit better. No doubt about that. But for the time being, we want to start thinking about going after the Magadan Empire. The only question is one of when. Our manpower is currently maxed out. And our technology is currently a little bit low. I'm guessing that's just due to our happiness. For the time being, that'll be fine. Okay. So I do want to definitely finish up this oratory advance here. We could go, in theory, for, like, Libertini, but I really do think that we go, for now, tolerated cults into proscribed canon. We do not grab this. Grand temples would not be huge, but that would be okay. Household Gods, Oath of Brotherhood. So this would be a good route to go later. For now, we probably want to go ban witchcraft assemblies into formulaic worship. And then from there, we can work our way down this direction, which will give us good manpower benefits. We do lack a governor out over this direction, and we have no scorned family, so we will put this fine gentleman in. We will tell him to do religious conversion, but there's only so much religious conversion that we can tell him to do due to our political influence. So for now, that will have to do, and he is not working on converting Kuntala. We'll get there eventually. We've got these areas down over here. Okay, there's our oratory advance. So as I was saying, we want to grab tolerated cults. And then make our way down into prescribed canon down to formulaic worship. Basically a direct line there. So that will be a little bit helpful, but not tremendously. Our pop happiness is not super high right now, and that's definitely a concern. We are halfway done integrating this. Okay, we're definitely making progress there. But we can see that our overall culture happiness is a little on the low side. We want to bring that up, absolutely. So that is our current priority. Civic advances are going to be done fairly soon here. 593 April? Sure, we're back up to 175 research efficiency, so I do like that. At a fake address. Cool. We've got this omen power into state religion happiness up here as well. There's some reasonable stuff here, the national population growth. There's also the population growth from grain rations, which leads into the integrated culture happiness here, which would not be bad at all. And then there's this 4% state religion happiness. We want to be working on this religion tree, I think, at this point. I'm fairly content with everything else. We have some starving pops out over this direction. That's intriguing. I definitely didn't expect to run out of food over here. Indeed. We're going to have to get rid of this stone. And we're instead going to import a unit of grain. Let's see if that does the trick. Minus 45. Okay. So then minus 40. Yeah, that's definitely a bit of a problem. We've got this up over here. We definitely need to get some more food production. So what can we do? We do have some food that is produced out over here. Some. We get fish here, and we currently have this farming settlement here. We could certainly... our pop cap is... We're over pop cap for... Wait, why is this at 29 pop cap? Because of our critical food supply. Okay, that makes more sense. So, what do we want to do here then? We could work on a local import route. And we'll definitely work on that. We're going to also need to cancel... Let's see, we're importing this iron right now. Let's go ahead and cancel that. And we'll import another unit of grain. There we go. And then we can cancel, say, this wood. And import another unit of grain. And then we can cancel this wood, as well as this wood. And import 2 more units of grain. Yes, there we go. Something along the lines of that. Let's see what that does to our food. I think it'll still be a little bit negative. Yeah, 19.82. So we're going to need a little bit more here. Let's go ahead and remove this stone. So I think we're going to need this stone removed as well. There we go. What else do we have being imported here? Elephants? We can actually cancel those. There we go. And import additional grain. Grain is by far the most efficient for this. Okay, there we go. So we'll import additional grain. We can also think about building a granary here. That would give us food modifier. So yeah, I think building a pair of granaries here makes a lot of sense. And then this doesn't have building slots. Okay. We're positive in food. Fantastic. So that'll do the trick there. We'll leave those granaries. We're probably going to end up needing them. Kuntalan happiness and minus to Lankan happiness. It's not great, but we'll do it. Okay. Fantastic. So, we're going to go after the Magadan Empire eventually. There's an additional monthly food modifier, globally. I love it. And we're going to grab prescribed canon here for that state religion happiness, plus 3%. So anything that is the current religion, which is Buddhism, gets that plus 3%. I like it. And then down over this direction, there's 2% for Stoicism. But I definitely think we take our way down to Formulaic Worship. This gives both a percent and a flat conversion speed increase. That is huge. And integrated culture happiness on this route. So going this direction would be absolutely great. Yes. Cool. So that's the route that we're going to go there. And our food supply up here is currently low and growing. That's fine. The movement of goods does indeed benefit all. This guy is very upsetty in his spaghetti. Okay. Cool. So there's one granary done over here. And this is growing rapidly now. Cool. So no problem there. I'm actually going to cancel this granary, and we're going to put in a bunch of libraries instead. More research coming out of there. We're at 175, I'm aware of that, but this does tend to drop off. So that'll be okay. I also definitely want to continue to make provincial legations to increase our assimilation speed. Fantastic. So that will all be reasonably fine as well. We have now integrated the Kuntalan culture, and they're at 40% happiness compared to the Lankan 27%. So we definitely do need to work on our culture happiness here. We can see that we're at minus 20 from our integrated cultures. That is to be expected. Okay. This guy's getting very upset that we have not given him a job. He's our primary heir, which is a job. But our ruler currently has gout. So sounds like you're going to get a job there, primary heir. Congrats. I'm sure he'll be very happy about that. Pro tip, he's not going to be happy about anything. So let's go ahead and get another provincial legation going here. And currently, who is angry? Is that our heir? No. Who is the primary one here? That's this guy. But we need to take his power away with this fine gentleman, which we'll do by bribing him. Fantastic. So we're no longer going to have a rebellion over here in Kuntala at this point. Their loyalty is fine, and will continue to be that way. I do want to switch over to religious conversion here. Cool. This is on wealth accumulation. We're going to move that to religious conversion as well. Eventually, we're going to want to change a lot of these, but for the time being, it is reasonably fine. Do we go after the Magadan Empire right now? That's the question. Minus 10% population happiness is rough. I think the cost is too great. I think that we don't end up doing that, which is sad. But we're going to get these libraries done over here soon enough. Cool. And we're at 97% Buddhist over here, which is pretty great. We can see we need to do a lot of conversion, particularly up this direction. Yeah, that definitely needs some work. But we are working on it, so it should be fine. We're going to continue to build provincial legations here. There we go. Getting a couple more of those going. When do we attack the Magadan Empire? We need to make our way up over here. That's for sure. I want to check in on these guys and see when that annexation is going to happen. It's going to be a while yet. We're gaining 1 per month, so it's going to be like at least 50 months before we even start that integration. Okay. Let's go ahead and start fabricating a claim once we have enough political influence. We need to do that anyway. I believe we don't have a claim, correct? War without CB, although it's on the verge of collapse. Declaring an offensive war now to carve up this once great empire will prove advantageous. That's an interesting war goal. But we don't have a CB. We need a CB first. So we'll go ahead and get one, and we'll need to get some political influence for that. Okay, our consort died. We can go ahead and arrange a marriage. I don't really care with whom. 474 gold. Done. We are in debt, and we'll see what events we get. We'll only be in debt for about 10 months, so I'm not too concerned about that. But that marriage is useful to us because that boosts up this guy's opinion. Or rather, his loyalty. So that'll be fine. We can call down an omen. Obviously, we take economy right now, since we're in debt. That is the obvious choice here. And we'll see what debt events we get, if any. They are fairly common, but not, like, tremendously common, right? So that'll be fine. Tightening the strings, huh? Okay, so what event is this? Progress abandoned. Minus 25% research points for 2 years. That does pull us out of debt, but that is going to hurt our research efficiency. I mean, we're still up over 100%. I don't mind that necessarily. It's not good, but it'll be fine for now. So, we have 19 political influence right now. On the month tick, we're going to have enough to begin to fabricate a claim on the Magadan Empire. Right now. And we're going for Kalinga here. Cool. So we're going to fabricate that claim. We're already 4% done with it. It will be done in 2 years. Okay, noted. We'll need to start moving up this direction soon enough. And this is uninhabitable. Okay. Noted. So, as far as the war plan for the Magadan Empire goes, we're pretty much just going to move up this direction and stick together, right? We're not going to have a ton of fronts. They could come down this direction through Shunga, potentially. But that's what our buffer states are for. So, in theory, this shouldn't be that big of a deal. Our aggressive expansion is dropping nicely. And it'll stop dropping when we get to war, but for the time being, that should be okay. We can build a few additional provincial legations, and I would love to do so. There's actually not that many of them left to build. That's noted. And yeah, we're still at like 120 research efficiency. That's not bad. That's really not bad. It is slowed down. No doubt about that. But I think it's still good. Cool. So that'll expire around the same time that we finish up our claim. So we're already 30% of the way through that malice. Yeah, I think that's really, really good. No real problem at all there. Let's build another provincial legation to continue to increase our pop assimilation speed. That'll be fine. We do have another civil war brewing here. And that's pretty much just this guy. We'll bribe him, bringing him up to 28%, and we'll also give him free hands, bringing him up to 48 loyalty. So that will solve that problem for the time being. Cool. He's going to be a jerk. I think that's pretty clear, but it is what it is. So we're 40% done with our claim. Ah, our ruler died. So our heir did indeed get his job that he wanted. Fantastic. Good for him. I'm sure he'll be happy. So looking at these loyalties, it's going to be interesting, for sure. Bumping up our culture happinesses will be very, very good. That's definitely a big part of this. Well, not a huge part, but it is a part of the disloyal characters. As far as the provinces go, this one is going to be the major issue. And that's at minus 0.14. Okay, noted. For now, it's not a huge, huge issue. It will become one later, but for now, it's okay. We're going to continue to build our provincial legations in various locations here to continue our pop assimilation. There we go. And there's not that many of these left to build, so that looks very good. We are now at 65% completion on our CB, and I'm going to bring forces up over this direction. Oh, this guy's disloyal. What a jerk. Okay, I'm going to bring this guy up over here, and I'm going to bring this guy up over here. We'll attack here and here, is the idea. And we'll just let these guys deal with anything up over this direction, hopefully. They could theoretically pass through here or down this direction. If they do, we can hire mercs or bring up our other forces. What is going on here? Okay, so we've got this guy being a jerk. We'll just bribe him. There we go. Cool. So that is under control for now. We can build additional provincial legations. There's not that many more of these able to be built. There's also not that many slave estates, but that's mostly because we have tons of provincial legations, which is to be expected. There's an accident in Palaka. There will be no handouts. They're not going to be happy about this, but there won't be handouts. Cool. So we're going to head on over here and just get into position for this war. Troubling developments, huh? This guy goes in the dungeon. I like it. So there's now a scorned family, and what scorned family is this? Rayana? Okay. What do we got? Oof, skill 2. Well, okay. I don't like it, but here we are, skill 2. Definitely non-great in that category. So we're going to finish up our claims here soon. This guy, where are you going? Come back up here. Apparently he was disloyal for a bit. Apparently so. He's at 33 loyalty right now. We'll work on making friends with him. And this guy's at 41. They're not great, but it'll do for the time being. Everyone likes gold. Yes. Okay, let's build a couple more provincial legations here, or I guess one provincial legation. That's fine. We're very, very close to being done here. Sure. Tyranny is actually okay here because that does reduce our AE, so I don't mind that, although it will reduce loyalty of characters, so that is definitely a bit of a problem. We have a CB on the Magadins now, but we're not yet in position. A plot event chain, huh? We'll gain some loyalty there, but we're probably going to regret that, if I had to guess. Only a tiger will win him over. Cool. So we're almost in position now to attack the Magadin Empire. A barbarian raid. Very rude. So that drops our stability. Well, we're going to need to deal with that stability, of course. Bribe this guy to no longer be involved. We don't have the cash for the moment. We are attacking the Magadin Empire once we're in position here. And we're very close to being in position. Hang on, did they just raise their levies? They broke one of their alliances. They're not in a war, though. But that is a raised levy. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, we'll definitely keep an eye on that. We're going to declare this war pretty much regardless. And it may be a slightly difficult war. We'll see how it goes. We're going to declare this right now. War goal is probably the Mauryan collapse, I think. I want to carve up the Empire. Absolutely. Taking Kalinga is a secondary thing. So let's go ahead and declare this. But it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, that's a lot of importing. Okay. Next episode, we are going to attack the Magadin Empire. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, Mmohan80, Kintogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Rogue Corvid, Anna the Elephant, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.